Hello everyone, welcome to Produce Consulting Service Private Limited and thank you for joining us today. Today we will discuss agriculture farm management bundle modules. Here, first we can discuss agriculture farm management module. Let us start from flow of agriculture farm management. So, our first module is agriculture farm management. Here, agriculture manager can create and manage farmers. So, we can go to the farmers. Here, under the agriculture menu, under the configuration, here we have created farmers data. Here we can see on the farmers with farmer details tab with is farmer checkbox which is identified by the farmers. So here we have already created three farmers data. We can see here another farmers data. Agriculture managers can create and manage farm locations. Now let us go to the farm locations under the configuration. Here we have already created farm locations multiple data with is location checkbox. It is identified like this is farm locations. So here we have created five data of farm locations. Agriculture managers can create and manage animals. So under the configuration here we can see animals data. Here we have already created animals data. Now we can see under the farmer details is the animal checkbox which is identify animals data. So here we have already created multiple animals data. Now agriculture manager can create and manage fleets. So here under the configuration we have already created fleets data with all the details. Here we can see vehicle, its quantity, start date and end date with fleets description. Here we can see total 10 data of crop fleets. Now agriculture managers can create and manage stages. So under the configuration we have created stages. Here we can see multiple stages of agriculture. Now agriculture manager can create and manage crops. Now go to the crops menu. Here we have created multiple crops data. Here we can see all the details of crop name, crop period start, period end, its warehouse and stock locations. Here under the tab we have see crop materials. Here we can see agriculture managers can create and manage crop materials on crops. So under the crop materials tab we can see here crop materials with product description, its quantity and unit of measure. Now agriculture managers can create and manage crop labors on crops. So here we can see under the crop labors tab with same details. Now agriculture managers can create and manage crop overheads on crops. Agriculture managers can create and manage overheads on crops. So on the crop overheads, under the crop overheads tab, we can see all the details. Now agriculture managers can create and manage crop disease on crops. So here we can see crop disease tab with crop disease cure and its descriptions. Now agriculture manager can create and manage crop processes on crops. So under the crop processes tab, we can see all the tasks, like which is we can see crop processes. Now agriculture manager can create and manage equipment on the crop process template. So under the crop process template, agriculture managers can create and manage equipment on crop process template. So here we can see on crop process template equipment tab with its all the details. Now agriculture manager can create and manage animals on the crop process template. So here we can see under the animals tab, we can see all the details. Now agriculture manager can create and manage fleets on the crop process template. So here we can see fleets with all the details like vehicle, start date, end date with quantity and description. Agriculture manager or user can create and manage incidents. So here on the incident menu, we can see crop incidents with name, crop, task, date time, locations and its description. So here we can see crop incidents data with all the details. Now agriculture manager or users can create and manage disease cures. So here crop disease cures with its name and description, what disease cures are for crop. Now agriculture manager or user can create and manage crop request, which is our main crop request record. So here we can create new crop request with selecting wheat crop with wheat cropping and assign its start date and end date. Also we have added here description and internal notes, and we have saved the record. So agriculture manager or user can confirm in progress and done crop request. So here agriculture manager can confirm. After clicking on the in progress button, the project will be created. So when we click on in progress, the project is created with its tasks. Also we can see all the smart buttons like task, equipments, animals, disease, fleets and projects on the crop request form. Now we open the project and task from the smart button from crop request. So here we can open the project using the smart button. We can see the data of project with wheat cropping, and here we can see the reference of crop request on the project form view. Also we can see smart button of crop request and crops. Also we can open the tasks from the smart button. Now we can open equipment form from smart button on crop request. So here you can see equipments, all the equipments from smart button from crop request. Also we can open animals from smart button. Here we can see all the animals from smart button. Also we can open disease from smart button from crop request. So now we can open the disease. So here we can see 4 disease from smart button with wheat crop. Now we can open fleets from smart button of crop request. So here we can see fleets from smart button. Now we can open crops and crop request from project from smart button. So we can go to the project and we can see here crops and crop request smart button. We can open crop request from smart button. Also we can open crops from smart button from project form view. Also we can see crop request on task as shown. Now we can go to the task, open the task record, and here we can see crop request reference on task. Crop equipments, crop animals, crop fleets tab on task form. So we can see crop equipments, crop animals, and crop fleets on task form, which is automatically comes on the task based on process template. Now we can print crop request PDF report. So now we can go to the crop request and print the crop request PDF report. So here we can see crop request PDF report with all the details like its crop request sequence number, crop, its name, its start date, supervisor, end date, responsible user, company, project, and its state which is in progress with description and internal notes. Also we can print crop report in PDF format. So now we can go to the crop, open the crop. Here we can see all the details and print crops PDF report. So here you can see crops, its details with name, warehouse, stock location, crop period start and period end with crop materials, crop labors, and crop overheads. With its all the details, product description, quantity, and unit of measure. Also, we can see crop disease with disease cure and its description. Also, we can see here crop processes with all the processes and its description in the PDF format. So now our another workflow with crop request from website. So here we can log in with the customer and here we can see customer its details. Here we can select crops. Here we can select crop wheat with adding with cropping request with its request details, entering the crop request details. Also we can add start date and end date. Here we have added request details. We are requesting here to do wheat cropping and grow in the circles in our 1 acre farm. Our farm location on ABC farm, Dwarka, Ahmedabad. Now we can enter the start date. We have select the start date here and end date. And after the submit form, we have see acknowledge form with we have received your crop request with crop request number on the website. So here you can see acknowledge form view on the website. Now we go to the backend and here we can see crop request is created with all the details from the website. Here we can see crop request sequence number with crop, its name, supervisor, responsible user, customer, which is our Abby Sanchez, its phone and email details with start date and end date and description. So here we can see crop request it created from the website. Also we can see here description of the crop request with start and end date. So when we confirm and click on in progress, a project is created. Project and task same as our Odoo agriculture module workflow. So we can see all the details of crop request from website. Now our another workflow is here we can see on the crop. Here from crop you can create product. So product is created with wheat name and here we can see product is created with crop reference on product form. So under the e-commerce tab we can define its website and its categories. Now we can see on the website here we can see crops category with customer login and under the crops category we have see all the crops. Now we can go to the website and publish the our product, our crop. So we can see here all the crops products on the website. Now we can add to cart it with multiple quantities. Here we have added 3 quantities and process checkout and pay now. So we can see here our order is created and we can see payment information with its billing and shipping details. Now we can see under the sales menu, a sale order or our quotation is created. Here we can see our quotation is created with order lines, and also here we can see crop and crop request under the order lines. Here we can see it is created from the website and its payment reference. So when we confirm the quotation, the crop and crop request is automatically created, and we can see its reference under the order lines. And here we can see crop request from smart button. Also on the crop request we can see sell order and sell order line reference with its product on the crop request form, which is created from sell order confirmation. So we go back to the sell order. Here we can see crop and crop request under the order lines with reference. Here we can see all the details of order lines with crop and crop request reference, which is created after the confirmation of quotation. Now for another workflow, here we can see all the job types under the configuration. Here we can see all the job types like materials, labors and overhead. Here we can see all the job types. Now we can go to the agriculture menu under the crops. Here we can see crops details, and here we have added under the crop materials job type field with purchase materials, and landscaper is our job type for crop materials. For crop labors we have defined different job types for labors type product like laborers, farm workers, arborists, plant geneticists, farm workers. Same under the crop overheads we have defined job type for overheads like electricity, water supplier, transportation and grain broker. So these are our job types for overheads. Now you can go to the crop request, create crop request with its wheat cropping. Here we have defined start date of crop request and end date of crop request. Also we have defined here customer. If customer phone and email are available, it is comes automatically. Otherwise, we have to enter it manually. So here we can define customer phone and email manually. Now we can save the crop request. So after confirmation, we can see and in progress the project is created. So in progress tab, we can see here create job cost sheet button and click on it. Here we have created job cost sheet record with cropping request reference. So here we can see each project, analytic account, customer and cropping request on job post. which is created. Also we can see here labors which we have defined under the labor tab on crops, same as overhead details with job types and its all products which we have defined on the crops under the overhead tab. Here we can see total material, labor and overhead costs. Also we can see here all the cost lines from smart buttons. Now we go back to the wheat cropping and we can see job cost sheet smart button, and we can open the job cost sheet list view from the smart button. As we have here defined crop materials, labors and overheads are passed on the job cost sheet as same as we have defined on the crops with same details. We can see here project. Now our another workflow. Here document version prepared by Promise Consulting Service Private Limited, our office address, our email and website, and our contact numbers. So here we have discussed about agriculture integration with manufacturing. So flow of agriculture farm app with manufacturing integration Odoo app. So flow number one. Agriculture managers can create bill of materials from crops. Agriculture managers can create bill of materials from crops. We can go to the crops. Here we can see create bill of materials button. Here we have defined crop materials, crop labors and crop overheads. Here we can see manufacturing quantity and manufacturing UM. So after click on create bill of material, here we can see our bill of material is created with our product dry. Here we can see all the components which we have defined. Here we can define product variant. Also we can see all the components are added on the bill of materials. Now add work center operations on process template. So here under the process template we have created new task with its work center operation. Here we can define work center with bill of material hour. Here we have defined. We can see here select crop and save it. Also we have defined another crop process template for harvesting with another work center operation harvesting with work center circle farms and save it, and we can save the crop process template. Also we can define another crop process template drying with another work center operation drying with work center circle farms and save it. Now overflow number two. Agriculture managers can create manufacturing order from crop request. So we have create new crop request with selecting crop. So here we can see bill of material, manufacturing quantity and manufacturing UM is automatically comes from the crop which we have defined on the crop form view. Here you can see select start date and end date. You can save it. Same as workflow confirm. After the confirmation, we can see here create manufacturing order, and after click on manufacturing order, we can see here our manufacturing order is created with all the components. So our manufacturing order is created. Now agriculture managers can create work orders from manufacturing orders, which is Odoo standard workflow. So here we have add operations with its work center, assigning scheduling start date, same as another operation, planting, harvesting with work center, circle farms, and now another operation, drying with selecting circle farms work center with scheduling start date. Also we have add another operation, mailing with work center circle farms with scheduling start date. Also now we have add another operation, link with work center circle farms with scheduling start date, and another is energy certificate with circle farms work center and scheduling start date. With another operation, cultivation with circle farms work center with scheduling start date. Also we can see here our crop and crop request references automatically added here after we have created from crop request. So as per Odoo standard workflow, we have confirmed manufacturing order and plan, and here we have added the quantity. Now another process of work order, which is also Odoo standard workflow. So here you can see under the manufacturing, here you can see work orders. Here we can see work orders with manufacturing, which we have added on the manufacturing order, which is Odoo standard workflow. Manufacturing order done, which is also Odoo standard workflow. Now we can validate the manufacturing order. So here we can see manufacturing order is done, and also here we can see all the our work orders also is done with manufacturing order. So here we can see our all the work orders are finished. Now we can print crop request report. So now we'll go back to the crop request, add the description, dry cropping with 100 kg quantity. Now we can print the crop request. So in the crop request PDF report, you can see here a sequence with name, supervisor, company. Also you can see here manufacturing order, bill of materials, manufacturing quantity, and manufacturing UAM with its description. Now we can print the crop request, crop PDF report. So we can open the crops and print crops report. Now we can see crops PDF report with all the details with name, warehouse, bill of materials, manufacturing quantity, manufacturing unit of measure, and stock location with crop materials with all the products, description, quantity, and unit of measures. Also we can see here bill of materials, manufacturing quantity, manufacturing UAM. Thank you. Now we can start another workflow of crop scouting. So here we have already created multiple data of crop scouting. Here you can see list view of crop scouting with crop request, project, scouting start date and date, company and its status. So here you can see all the data of crop scouting. We can see here calendar view of crop scouting data. Here you can see its number with crop and crop request. On the calendar, here you can see overview of crop scouting. You can group by multiple like crops, crop request, and project. Here we can see crop request, its project with its status. Now we can see graph view with measure its plant height, temperature, and count. So here you can see bar chart, line chart, and pie chart with different measures like count, temperature, and plant height. Now we can go to the crops menu, open the crops, and we can see here scouting smart button on the crops. So from smart button we can open the crop scouting data from crops. Also we can see here crop scouting data. Also on the crop request we have also added scouting smart button. So we have here added crop scout soil and open crop scouting data from smart button. So here we can see all the data of crop scouting. Here we can open the crop scouting form view with crop request, scouting start date, scouting end date, officer, created by, created date, with plant height, temperature, soil condition, air temperature, wind, cloud cover, and project details. Also we have see here crop scouting details with crop insect with its insect description, is it causing damage, and all the details. Same as we can see crop disease. Here we can see crop insects data. Also we can see here crop disease data with its disease description, number of plants affected. Same as we can see crop weeds with weed description, number per square yard, with all the details. Also we can see crop plant populations with plant population, its description, number of food plants, with all the details. Also we can see here its description and comments of crop scouting. Crop scouting is the process of persisting. So we can confirm, and here we can see company, responsible user, and when we click on process, here we can see the data is fetched by process by and process date. Also here you can see internal note of crop scouting. So here we can see all the configuration related to crop scouting with soil temperature, all the data of soil temperatures, soil conditions, wet and wood, winds with calm, light and strong. Also we can see stages, air temperatures with cool, warm and hot. Also we can see cloud covers with partly sunny, cloudy and rainy. Also we can see scouting insects with ants, flies, wasps, beetle, bee, aphid and cockroaches. So we can see all the scouting insects. Also we can see here scouting disease with bacterial weed, canker, scab, crown gall, blight, leaf curl, leaf spot and root rot. So we can see all the scouting disease data under the configuration. Also we can see scouting weeds with catfield bear straw, field bandweed, yellow stubble, bushweed, ground ivy and dandelion. So you can see scouting plant population with fruiting crops, non-fruiting crops, row spacing, white mold, seed quantity. Seeding germination and planting speed. So Here we can see weather report details with location, date, company created by created date, day forecast, and other details. Here under the daily tab we can see day temperature, day perception, night precipitation, day internal notes and night internal notes with description and internal notes. Also we can see here hourly first 8 hours of forecast with temperature, real fuel, wind, rain and snow details. Also we can see ice. Here we can see time wise forecast all the details. We can see here second 8 hours forecast temperature is real fuel, wind, rain, snow and ice details. Also we can see here third 8 hours with temperature, real fuel, wind, rain, snow and ice details with different time wise. Here we can see all the details. Now under the morning tab we can see morning temperature type is temperature, internal note, same for afternoon, same for evening temperature type, same for overnight temperature time is temperature and internal notes. Also here we can see climate impacts with human health, climate driver, exposed health outcome and impact. Here we can see extreme heat, outdoor air quality and cooling details. Also we can see here crops. So here we can see all the crops with its warehouse, stock location and its description. Also we can see here crop request. Here we can see multiple crop requests with all the details of name, crop, its project, start date, end date, supervisor, company, and crop request stages. So here we can see crops and crop request data under the crops tab. Now we can see human health configuration with extreme heat, flooding, outdoor air quality, flooding, vector-borne infection, water-related infection, food-related infection. Now we can see weather forecast under the configuration with temperature, real feel, wind, rain, snow, ice, UV index, cloud cover, humidity, viewpoint and visibility. So here we can see all the weather forecast details. Now we can see here weather reports list view. Also as we can see form view with all the details with its description and internal notes. Now our another workflow we can start with purchase requisition. Here we can see we have created purchase requisition with employee department, analytic account, crop request and crop. So we can add here requisition deadline. Here we can see requisition action with purchase order and internal picking. With for purchase order we have added vendors. Here we can change the vendor. Also in another purchase order line we can change vendors. Same for third line. We have added vendors and internal picking of fertilizers. Here we can define source location to destination location with picking type. So we can see here purchase requisition with crop request and crop references. on the so we can confirm purchase requisition, department approve, and now we can create picking and preview. So here we can see our internal picking and purchase order is created. And so we can see here internal picking reference under the picking details tab. Also we can see all the confirmation details. Here we can open the internal picking from smart button with purchase requisition reference with its product line. Also we can see crop request and crop reference on the internal picking from purchase requisition. Here we can see as a source document as purchase requisition. Now we can open purchase order with here we can see all the product lines. So we can see here also crop request and crop reference on the purchase order. Same for another purchase order. We can see same lines, and also we can see here crop request and crop reference pass on the purchase order from purchase requisition. So this crop request and crop references are passed on the purchase order and internal picking. Also on the crop request we can see material requisition smart button, and now we can see material requisitions list view open from the smart button from crop request. So our purchase requisition is received. Same as on the crop, we can see material requisition smart button. So we can open the list view of material requisition from smart button. And we can see crop request. Here we can see material requisition smart button. We can open the record from the smart button. With all the details. Same for the crops. Here we can see material requisition smart button on crops, and we can open the material requisitions list view from smart button with its all the information. Now we can see equipments under the configuration on agriculture. So here we can see all the equipments underneath. And also we can see here list view of equipments. Also we can see maintenance checklist list view under the agriculture configuration with its checklist name and description. So here we can see maintenance checklist form view with its checklist name and its description. So here you can see all the maintenance checklist, its description, like servicing, operation, permit, engaging, maintenance of service, installation, and many more. Here we can see also equipments form view. Here we can see equipment category with maintenance plant materials, and also we can see maintenance equipment checklist related to the agriculture with its checklist name and description. Like servicing, operation, permit, engaging, maintenance or service, installation, guarding, rubber hoses, proper tension and drain covers. Also we can open maintenance request from the equipment smart button. Now we have create new maintenance request, threshing machine. Also we can select here equipment. Here we can define scheduling date, destination location, material requisition employee. So when we save the record, the maintenance plan materials are automatically populated from the equipment, and also maintenance equipment checklist also auto populated from the equipment which we have selected on the maintenance request form. Now we can see here create job order and create material requisition order. After click on create job order, here we can see job order is created with threshing machine. Here we can see job order smart button, and we can open job order from smart button. Now we can create material requisition. So here we can see material requisition is created from the maintenance request. Here we can see maintenance request and job order details on the requisition with all the requisition lines. Also we can see material requisition smart button, and we can open the report from smart button. Also we can see here maintenance request from equipment, maintenance plan materials, maintenance equipment checklist, threshing machine. So our produce